Good afternoon. Thanks for watching this quick tutorial by Low VA Rates. Today we are going to talk about the VA IRRRL program. I know we've spoken about the IRRRL or the IRRRL program before, and I always like to make this little joke. This is not your Uncle Earl we're talking about. These are 4 very important letters. I guess I should say 5. IRRRL. Let's talk about that. What does IRRRL mean? Well, it means interest rate reduction refinance loan. Okay, we're going to talk about all of this today. We specialize in these loans here at Low VA Rates, and it is our most popular program that we do. We did over 1,000 IRRRLs. Now, you may also have heard these called VA Streamlines. I'm going to refrain from using the word VA Streamline today because this video really is focused specifically on the interest rate reduction refinance loan, which is the exact same loan, but you'll hear me refer to those letters more. We did 1,000 of those, just over 1,000 of them in August, alone out of our shop here. Now these are super easy, they're super fast, and what I like to say is they're super helpful. I love helping. This means we helped over 1,000 military families improve their financial situation last month, and we'll talk a little about that. Why should we use an IRRRL? Well, number one, and probably the biggest reason we see people doing an interest rate reduction refinance loan is to lower the interest rate that they have on their home. Now, when you lower an interest rate, you're probably also going to see your payment go down. The only reason your payment would not decrease with a lower interest rate would be because perhaps you're cutting years off of your term. We see people that maybe are at 3.75 today. We drop them down to a 2.75, for example, and they go from a 30-year loan to a 15-year loan or a 25-year loan. So even though they're dropping their interest rate significantly, they're also cutting 15 to 20, maybe 10 years off of their mortgage, and that could cause their payment to go up slightly even though they are lowering their interest rate. So that's why we say lower your payment or your term. Now, it's also an opportunity the VA gives you if you are on an adjustable rate mortgage, which, by the way, we love the VA hybrid ARM here at Low VA Rates. We have a whole library of videos on that. If you are on an ARM and you're near the tail end of that fixed rate period and interest rates on the 30-year fixed are low at the time, you might look into getting off of the ARM and into a fixed rate. That could be at a higher rate than your ARM, so that is the catch or the exception to the rule where the VA says you must lower your interest rate. If you're not lowering your rate, then you better be going from an ARM back to a fixed. Now, another reason why people do interest rate reduction refinance loans, in addition to the stuff we just talked about, it is possible to do energy efficiency improvements to your home. You can look on our YouTube page or give us a call and we can tell you how you're able to upgrade and increase the value of your home through energy efficiency improvements. Now, who is able to do an IRRRL? Well, number one, probably the most important thing, you have to currently have a VA loan on your home. You could have served for 30 plus years in the military and not be eligible for an IRRRL if you're on a conventional loan or an FHA loan or some other sort of loan other than a VA. Number one thing you must make sure is that your current mortgage is a VA mortgage. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't mean you're making payments to the VA. We have people all the time say, oh, I thought I had a VA loan and I served in the military, but Wells Fargo or Bank of America or somebody else has my mortgage. And we remind them, well, then you probably have a VA loan with that institution. Look at your statement or call them up. Now, you must also have VA loan eligibility. In order to have a VA loan on your home right now, one would think, well, I must have been eligible. We see people assume loans from veterans. We see deceased spouses that stayed on the loan after their spouse died, and in some cases, that IRRRL benefit does not pass to the surviving spouse. There are certain exceptions. So you have to be eligible. Now, your VA loan that you have now in your home must also be current. That doesn't mean you have to have great credit scores. It doesn't mean you couldn't have been late in the past, but you cannot be delinquent or past due. If you are, it is possible under VA guidelines to get prior approval from the Department of Veterans Affairs and still do an IRRRL. Most of the time that's not going to happen, so please get your loan current before you try to do a Streamline or an IRRRL. Now, like we talked about, you must be lowering your rate or moving from an ARM to a fixed rate. And if you're lowering your rate, you must either lower your payment or lower your term. And we kind of talked about that already. Now, how do you get an IRRRL? If you're watching this video and you're like, hey, that's the loan I want, what do I do next? Well, you can call, you can visit us online, you can live chat with us, but please contact Low VA Rates. We're the ones giving this video, and we are experts in this area. You can call us at 866-569-8272. You can visit us online at lowvarates.com. And you can just fill out an application, or I guess a request to have someone contact you there. Or you can just click the chat now links that are throughout our site and ask questions that way. Thanks for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon.